Hello, hello. Happy Monday. Come on in. Welcome to the 5-day Bombshell Bootcamp. Your self-love experience. Come on in. Who's here live? Say hashtag live. If you're catching this on replay, shout yourself out. Hashtag replay. All right, let's make sure we're in all the places and the spaces. Yes, yes, yes. This is amazing. Happy Monday. How are we feeling? Where are you tuning in from? Let me know. Okay. Let's see. One more place I have to make sure we go into. Hello, hello. How are we feeling today? All right, we're going to be here every single day this week. This is the 5-day Bombshell Bootcamp. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me know who you are and where you're tuning in from in the world. We're streaming in multiple places, multiple countries. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're new to my world, welcome to the party. Make sure you have your nutrition, your hydration. And make sure you have a notebook nearby. I'm going to be dropping some incredible golden nuggets for you today. Let me make sure we clean my throat. Let's get us ready. All right. So we're going to talk a little logistics here this week. We're going to be here for 5 days. So we're here to live the good life, to design the life that we truly desire. Yes? So if you're with me, say yes. Feeling like $1,000,000 from Grand Island. Hello, hello. Welcome. So we're here to live the good life, to design the life that we truly desire on our terms. So this is an inner and outer body experience this week. We're going to be here every single day, same time, same awesome station. So we're going to spend some time with ourselves and our health and our relationships this week. Most important relationship we have is the one with ourselves. So we're going to start there here today. So I want to know, what have you been working on? How has your year been going? I'm about to celebrate a birthday, so I'm doing a year in review of this chapter. So I'm going to be sharing some of those powerful moments and reflections. Come with me. All right. So I am here as your life tour guide and mentor and navigating all life stresses and pressures. If you're new to our world, welcome to the party. I'm Crystal Cruz. I'm a life, fitness, and business accelerator, and I'm on a mission to empower everyone on the planet, put themselves and their health first for at least 34 minutes a day, so we can reduce the stress and overwhelm of life and live a more fulfilling life. And who doesn't want that? And I do that in a variety of different ways. Through my coaching, I have an online fitness business. I have a consulting firm. I have courses. I host retreats. We have a retreat coming up here in Puerto Rico in November. I do an amazing, I have a whole ecosystem of ways that I can support you. All right. And we have a beautiful community. I host private sessions. There's many ways to meet you where you're at. I also work with teams and groups. I'm also a coach, a speaker, an MC, and I create these experiences. So if my energy is piercing through your screen right now, through your stream and through your screen, and you're like, I just want an ounce of her energy. And where do you get it all from? I am going to unravel and reveal all of my secrets. And guess what, y'all? They're not fancy. All right. I might look fancy. I might look all done up, but the things that I do are not fancy. They're not sexy. There's no quick fix or fad diet out there that's going to get us there. So what I do is help us get back to basics, quiet all the noise, because there's a lot of stressors and pressures out there. There's a lot of stuff out there on the internet that is telling us that we should do, or you need to look this up, or you got to have this supplement, or you got to have this pill, or you got to have this, and you got to do this. And there's just so much noise. And my goal for you, my hope and wish for you, is that we quiet the noise. So today's message is for you to quiet the noise. There's a lot of food noise. There's a lot of inner critic noise. There's a lot of pressures and societal pressures and social media. There's a lot of things out there and even with ChatGPT and AI, there's so much out there. But when was the last time you actually quieted the noise and got true to your core of your dreams, your thoughts, your goals, your desires, your emotions, your patterns, your body? So often we listen to other people's opinions and all the noise out there. And this is why I love to create retreat experiences, because we get to quiet the noise, get in community, and map out our dreams and our goals on our terms. And so that's what we're going to do this week. So this is your virtual retreat experience. It's a self-love 5-day experience. So we're here for 30 minutes each and every day, not 3 hours. And on Wednesday, we're going to move our body just a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to go over the logistics of this week. I'm going to reveal to you my freedom formula, which is a 5-step process to have courageous confidence and resilience, regardless of life's stressors and pressures, regardless of what is showing up in our life, regardless of and maybe you're in your 40s, maybe in your 50s, 60s, 70s, maybe you're retiring, maybe you're changing careers, maybe you just have a hobby that you want to do that you haven't done, you haven't had joy in your life lately. Or maybe you've been a caretaker or a parent or a grandparent, and you're like, when was the last time I gave myself back? If you're asking yourself these questions, or if this is resonating with you, then you're in the right space. This week, we're going to quiet all that noise. We're going to spend some time with ourselves. And so today, day 1 is all about your core, who you are to the core. Okay, so I'm going to give you 3 tips today to help you navigate who you are to your core. Okay, so tip number 1. So number 1 is recognizing your posture. So I'm called a people strategist. Okay, they call me a secret weapon because I study human behavior. I study the posture, what's not being said, your body language, the way that you look at someone in the eye or not, right? That when you look down, your posture says everything about how you feel about yourself. So I want to start here. So I want us to do a quick check-in. And if hopefully you're not driving, but if you can just either stand up or sit up on the edge of your chair, maybe you are driving or walking, or maybe you're at work or you're listening. So just start to put your shoulders up, back, and down, and start to relax your posture. And I always say, like, chin up, buttercup, right? So a chin down has this kind of like, ooh, woe is me, I'm not sure of myself type of energy. When your chin is up, not like with your nose up like this, right? Not stuffy. We want to be open. We want to have an open posture, not like, right? So that's not approachable. To be approachable and kind, warm, open, our posture's got to be open. Okay, shoulders up, back, and down, chin up about floor length, so even with the ground, right? So we're not having a double chin here, and we're not like up here, right? I'm the best thing in the world, right? No, so we want to be here, shoulders up, back, and down, and opening up our collarbone, opening up our posture, and relaxing our shoulders, relaxing the jaw, relaxing the mind, relaxing the tongue. This is an open, warm, inviting posture to be able to walk in to maybe a meeting, a difficult conversation. And if you just spend about 30 seconds to reset your posture before a conversation, before you walk in the door to meet your loved ones or your children or even your fur babies, right? Having a present reset with your body and your posture is so important, because your energy arrives before you do. And so the way that we reset our posture and we reset our mind to say, okay, how are we showing up into the world today? And I did this just before I went live. Okay, shoulders up, back and down, releasing the pressure. And that's actually why I start with music as well. So each day this week we have, it's called The Good Life by Tante. If you want access to the song, it's my theme song for this boot camp. And each day we're going to start with that because it just lets me get into the flow of relaxing my posture, getting in fun, not taking ourselves so seriously. Like this course is not, yes, it's published and it's, it's produced ish. I have no script, y'all. Like this is my messy handwriting that I can barely read, if you can see that. I work off of 3x5 cards. So there's 1, 2, 3. 3 little things. Okay. I trust in myself that I know that I'm showing up powerfully and I know exactly what I'm going to share with you. And other things are going to come up. Technology might break. Someone might say something that makes me go on a squirrel moment and tell another story. So just so you know, life gets to be messy and it gets to be real. So this is no different. Okay. So hello, Sylvia. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Love this. Yes. Amazing. Thank you for being here. So as you're tuning in, let me know where you're tuning in from. Post in the comments. Myself and my team are going to be sharing and engaging with you. I will follow up. I read every single comment, y'all. Okay. So I want to connect with you. I want this to be a co-creative experience this week for you to be able to navigate what it's like to quiet the noise and just get back to basics and not take ourselves so seriously. And let's have fun this week. So open up your posture. I want you to know ask yourself, how are you showing up? How am I showing up? Many times people respond to the way that we show up. Do you ever have a conversation with someone that are just in a bad mood and they're complaining about everything? Or someone that just watched the news and has this like negative, like, bleh, like the whole world sucks. Everything's going to crap. The economy sucks. Like the president sucks. This sucks. That sucks. Like you ever have someone and it just like, ooh, you just leave that conversation like, ugh, right? So ask yourself, are you that person? Or can you say, all right, you know what? I'm going through stuff. And maybe I just watched something that was challenging or something that I can't control. What am I bringing in to the door frame? What am I bringing into this conversation? What energy and what posture can I bring in to make sure that I'm bringing my best self? So even into this live stream, I actually was just on a TV show just before this, and I had 10 minutes to reset. And I just poured so much out and I shared my life stories, and it's going to be published later this week, probably on Friday. So stay tuned for that. I'll make sure I share all that. But I had only a couple minutes to reset my posture. I stood up, I jumped a couple times, I relaxed my shoulders, I played the music. And sometimes we don't have a lot of time. We don't have an hour or two to reset, right? We're busy people. And if you're like me, a lot of times we're back to back. And so we need these little tricks to reset. So how's your energy? How are you showing up? How's your posture? This is number 1. And around with your energy and your posture, I want you to also consider, and when an invitation, these are all invitations, but I like to give tangible tactical strategies, simple things. We're going back to basics this week, y'all, okay? So think about, what do you choose when you open up your closet? My birthday's next week, but I'm not wearing my birthday suit, okay? This is a family show. And unless you're into that sort of thing, that's not what I'm going to be doing. But I opened my closet this morning and I said, okay, what can I wear today on this TV show and in my live stream that is going to make me feel good, that's going to represent who I am and the energy that I bring to the world and the impact that I'm making on the world. So I have this beautiful flowy top. It's like greens and it has this like mermaid. I was a mermaid this weekend. So it has this like soft yet empowering but unique approach. And of course, I didn't want to show too much cleavage. So I had a tank top. I was very intentional, right? And so that I can make sure that I can show my posture. So I can show this warm, inviting approach. So your apparel and the way that you show up matters. So the decisions, the colors, what you choose to wear to represent your being and your identity matters. The color lipstick, if you wear makeup, how much makeup. It's all a part of how you show up. And sometimes, y'all, I'll be honest, just a little pop of color. I used to wear black all the time. All right. When I was kind of stressed and depressed, I would always reach for that black to cover up big clothes, like just comfy. Like, it's not fun being in those spaces. And so I've had to actually trick myself to say, okay, what do I need today? How can I show up powerfully and just put a pop of color or just a little bit of lipstick or take a shower, do my hair, right? Especially working from home, it's so easy to get comfortable in our sweats. And it's so easy to cover up our body when we're not feeling good about our body. So I work with a lot of people who their wardrobe is black because it's slimming and it conceals the things that we're not proud of. So my invitation to you today and this week is to take inventory without judgment. Take inventory of the decisions that you make each day. And I want you to really get clear and get curious about the decisions that you make in your wardrobe, with your posture, and how you show up to each and every interaction this week. Okay, so these are little micro decisions that we can make that make a huge impact. Okay, so everyone's always like, Crystal, where do you get all this energy from? How do you do all that you do? Crystal, what don't you do? These are the common questions. And I'm telling you, they're simple little things that I do each and every day. And these are mindful decisions, micro decisions that add up over time. And this is just a part of my being. And so it's a part of my identity of how I just show up. And it's the consistency that matters, that brings me in alignment, that helps build the confidence. So tomorrow, day 2, we're going to talk more about confidence and how our energy shows up and our goals and what we're going through, right? So tomorrow we're going to talk about confidence. Wednesday, we're going to talk about consistency. Day 3 is about our habits and how to have more discipline and consistency. We're going to talk a little bit about movement, nutrition, hydration, and our sleep and our early morning routine, our evening routine. We're going to talk about snack time. So this is what we talk about this week. Okay, so this is the system to be able to have a long-term fun lifestyle, to design the life that we desire. Okay, so this isn't about like rigid structures and having to eat 10 almonds and 1 piece of broccoli and starving ourselves and not being able to eat our birthday cake. Y'all, I'm going to eat my birthday cake and not feel guilty about it. I'm going to celebrate the heck out of myself next week, August 27th. Yep, it was a good day. So next Thursday, I'm actually starting my PhD on my birthday, and I'm going to have birthday cake. I don't know where it's going to be yet. I'm going to be in California. But either way, I want you to be able to celebrate each day and have a healthy relationship with your body, with your habits, with your food, with your mindset, with your community, with your energy. And it's a combination of things. But it starts with you of who you are to your core. So before we get into confidence, before we get into consistency, let's get to the root of your core. So your core posture is the first tip. Number 2 are your core values. So we have to know what matters to you. So I want to post in the comments, what matters to me is, maybe it's faith, maybe it's your family, maybe it's money, right? So think about your core values. I want you to think about 3 to 5 strong, powerful words that connect with you, that drive you forward, that can be like a guiding light for you. Maybe it's your North Star, something that you can use as a litmus test and as a test to say, okay, who do I need to be around? Do they align with my values? What do I need to say no to? Is that not in alignment with my values? So we don't know that until we do that work, right? So I want you to pick 3 to 5 words and post them in the comments. I want you to hear self-love. Thank you for sharing. You're welcome. Keep doing the great work. Amazing. Thank you so much. Keep engaging in the comments. Keep sharing your reflections. Let me know what your core values are. I have 4 Fs. I do a lot of C words and a lot of F words, although I don't swear in my programs because this is a family show. All right. So the 4 Fs of my core values are faith, fitness, family, and fun. And then we also have freedom and flexibility and all the other F words. But faith, fitness, family, and fun are my top 4. Faith in myself and something that's bigger than myself. Fitness, emotional and physical fitness. Mental and physical fitness. Holistic approach. Family, your blood family and your chosen family. I live on the beaches of Puerto Rico. I retired from the military. I spent 22 years in the military and I retired 2 years ago. And I live on the beach in Puerto Rico. And so I have a chosen family here on the island of Puerto Rico. And fun. If we can't have fun, y'all, I spend a lot of time fitting myself into a box and putting my emotions and my smile and my fun part of myself in this like box to fit in. No more. So that's why I talk about the freedom formula, to unleash parts of you that have been hiding, that have been shrinking, that need to come out. So this week, I want you to really think about what brings you joy. Can fun be a part of your repertoire? Yes, fun can be a non-negotiable. Why can't it be? When was the last time you took a fun trip? Or when was the last time you laughed? When was the last time you took yourself out, that you weren't pouring into everyone else and you did something for yourself and had fun and laughed and adventure? Yeah, we're all just a bunch of big kids. Fitness, family, continued learning, adventures, small and big. Thank you. Yes. So think about, what is your internal compass? What are your non-negotiables with your values? This is a way for us to make decisions of what is in alignment of our future self. Okay, so this is how we get more confident and how we can show up powerfully with our posture. When we know who we are to the core and we know what we're here for and we know who we're not here for or what we're not here for, guess what? No is a full sentence. We're going to talk about boundaries and relationships later on this week, but it starts with you getting clear of your internal compass of what matters to you. Okay. So everyone say, I know what matters to me. Me first, not everyone else. Okay. So this is important. And recognize the time that you're spending. So this is your homework. I want you to think about your values. Does the time that you're spending each day align with your values? Yes or no? Without judgment, let's take an assessment. Because when we set our dreams and goals and our habits come tomorrow and Wednesday, I want you to make sure that we do this assessment, a self-assessment, to say, okay, maybe we need to start saying no to some things. And because if we create a system and a routine based off of old patterns, then we're not fueling our future. And then there's still stuff that's missing. You found me. Awesome. Oh, shoot. Did I not share it into the group? I might not have. I'll make sure I share it. I'm so sorry. I knew there was one other thing I needed. Crap. All right. I'm sorry, but I'm glad you found me. All right. So take the time to say, is my time allotted, spent on the core values? Are we in alignment with our core values? All right. So that's number 2, our values. So making sure that we're in alignment with our life compass of where we're going in this next chapter. All right. And then tip number 3 is all about identity work. So I'm a people strategist. I study human behavior. I study personality types, and I teach on this stuff in teams and in corporates. And that's what I did for the last 12 years of my career in the military. I designed curriculum and I trained people all over. So if you have a team, you have a group, we tend to like at least 8 people, 4 to 8 people, all the way up to 100 people, sometimes more. I create these experiences to help understand the self-leadership component of your identity and what your personality type is, what your human behavior is like, what are your patterns. And so we get clear with who we are to the core. And we know when we do this work and we quiet the noise and we get curious with ourselves and we say, okay, what's our personality? What's our love language? And who are we? What are our unique skills, talents, gifts when no one else is around, right? So not what other people want us to be, not what roles we play for other people. It's who are we when there's nothing else, when you're not wearing the title of mom, when you're not wearing that uniform, when you're not at work, when someone's not calling you all the time. Who are you, and what is your unique talents and gifts and skills that you bring to the world? We're all like snowflakes, and there's no one like you. There's no one like me. I know that. And I know that there's no one like you. And everyone has unique talents and gifts and strengths and patterns. We all have our perks and we all have our quirks. Okay. I moved here to the beaches of Puerto Rico. I always say it has its perks and it has its quirks. Yes, I live on the beach and it is nice, but it's not always rainbows, butterflies, and sunshine. Guess what? Our personalities and our behaviors are very similar. We have parts of us that are strengths, and then we have parts of us that are opportunities. And when we get clear and we get honest in what those strengths and those perks and those quirks are, and we are open and honest and aware, the more confident we can be and the more connected we can be with other humans. Unfortunately, we lose connection with these devices. And we have a hard time connecting and having conversation and authentic alignment and communication because there's so much noise out there what the internet says success should look like. And so we feel like we have to fit into these boxes or these roles that people think that we need to be. But what if you could just be all of you? And you could love all parts of you, even the parts that are open for opportunities, the quirks, the quirky side, or that side that you hide from everyone, that maybe only your best friends get to see. I created Beyond Limits Bootcamp, which is an online fitness gym, and I get to bring all parts of me completely free. And that's why I love to talk about the freedom formula. Y'all, I didn't learn this until I started this online business, until I started going live almost every single day during COVID. All the gyms shut down March 17th of 2020. My friend Rhonda, she's like, hey, all the gyms just shut down. I know you teach all these workouts online. Can you teach something online? Can you help us? Because nobody can go to the gym. So I started streaming every single day, twice a day, 6 a.m. and 6 p.m., twice a day for 30 minutes. And that kept the accountability. But I was like, okay, I'm going to create this off a 3x5 card. And that's what I did. And I created these 30-minute routines. But I was a former NFL cheerleader. I was also in the military. I was a kickboxing instructor. I'm a marathon runner. I'm a former professional belly dancer, right? I've been dancing and cheering, but also I took karate in 4th grade. I used a mean uppercut on my ex-boyfriend. I also spent 6 months in a wheelchair. I overcome cancer. I've been through so much in my life. I've lived like 20 lives. I'm like a cat, right? So, and you might meet Diego throughout this week as my cat. I rescued him here in Puerto Rico. But he taught me how to have fun and how to be present. But I learned through teaching these workouts and building this business that I get to be all of me. Like you get all of me completely free. Like I am not holding back this week. All right. And I've had more tools. I've learned through betrayal. I ended my 22-year military career and my 10-year marriage moving with 10 suitcases to a beach to fulfill my life's dreams and goals. Y'all, I have learned a lot. And I call this a full-blown excavation. I've had to get really honest and really, really clear in who I am without the uniform, without my wedding ring, without people around. And so these are the tools that I love to give you and teach. And so that's what we're going to work through this week. But getting clear in your identity, that was what I had to learn. As I showed up messy, just all of me. So on Mondays, it's like power, core, endurance, strength, like this warrior mindset, right? And how do we build this foundation so we can be unstoppable, unshakable, unbreakable? And then Wednesdays, we get wacky on Wednesdays. So we get a little fun. We have some dance moves, some unique moves in our Beyond Limits Bootcamp world. So they're 30-minute workouts, no equipment. And on Wednesdays, we do just some unique moves. We have fun. We say we make fitness fun again. And results are fun. And that's what causes the motivation. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. How do we create more confidence? Confidence comes from consistent action, aligned action, and actually having fun and not taking ourselves so seriously. And then on Fridays, we do karate and kickboxing moves. So I got to learn through this system that I created that I got to just be all of me, completely free. And the more I showed up powerfully and with all parts of me, the more my people came. Like, y'all are here. If you're still here, amazing. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for engaging. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for sharing this. Please share this with at least 3 people that need to hear this message. Because we're all not meant to do life alone. And I think the next level version of you is on the other side of your inner work, of you looking at the mirror, understanding your unique talents, your strengths, looking in the mirror and saying, like, how can I be more of me, totally free? Ask yourself that question. How can I be more of me, totally free? And show up powerfully so you can step on that stage, tell that story, write that book, start that business, maybe find your dream partner, maybe travel the world. Come to my Revive and Thrive retreat here in Puerto Rico. There's so many things that you can do with your life. There is limitless if you let it. So if you design the life that you desire, this week we're going to quiet the noise. So today we talked about our core posture, our core values, and our core identity, who we are. And we go through a little bit more in our personality, our emotional intelligence, our triggers, our patterns in my deeper work. So if you want to have a conversation about what is my identity and why do I have anxiety? Why do I keep choosing the same partners, or why do the same things keep happening over and over again? This is the deeper work I do in my private practice. And so we do a lot of somatic work. So if you have anxiety or you feel like you're lashing out at a certain family member or someone and their voice just like ticks you off and it just sends you out the roof, this is the work that we do so that we can calm our system and we can live happier, healthier, and wealthier, right? So we're not meant to do life alone. If you have questions, think about what is your core posture? How are you showing up? Okay. Who are you showing up for? So think about what your values are. What is your compass? Are you in alignment of your core values? And who are you to the core of your identity? Okay. And so recognize what roles you play. And when you don't have that role, what's underneath that? And if it's been a while and you don't know those answers, then you're in the right place. We're going to go through that this week. And this is the work that we do in my world. So if you want to book a call with me, I offer 3 free 30-minute breakthrough sessions. So if you haven't met me yet, let's just have a conversation. I'm happy to give you resources. And if it's a good fit for us to work together, great. If not, I will give you resources. I'll give you tips. I'm an open book. I'm not going to beg you. I'm not going to show up at your doorstep. I just want to give you the tactical, tangible strategies to live happier, healthier, wealthier, shorten that time period of self-doubt and overwhelm. So thank you for tuning in today. Oh, are we aligned with our values? If not, how can we get there? Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, keep connecting with each other. If you're here on a replay, shout yourself out, #replay. Share this with at least 3 friends. Share this in a group. Who needs to hear this message? Okay, so let's have some accountability. I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same awesome station. I love y'all. Have a great rest of your day. Cheers.